Okay, so for this A Day Without Love vlog, it's fairly dark, but we're gonna fix that. We're here with Erin of Daymaker and Whitney. You play drums.
That I do.
And you play?
Voice, singing.
And keys. So, you guys are from Chicago. What part of Chicago? I've played in Chicago twice before.
Cool. I grew up on the north side, now I live in Pilsen.
Okay.
I'm from the suburbs, but I live in Ukrainian Village for the past 4 years.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. We have a Ukrainian area, but we don't call it the Ukrainian Village.
What do you call it?
We just call it Northeast Philly.
Okay.
Like, we're about 15 to 20 minutes from like the beginning of like Ukrainian neighborhoods, and like the neighborhoods like essentially consist of like Ukrainian and Russian people.
Yeah.
And in like the late 90s, there were a lot of like gang fights between Ukrainian gangs, Russian gangs, and black gangs. It was like really insane. I was born in Philly, so like I know like stuff like this.
Cool.
So yeah. So where have you guys been so far in the store?
We started in Kalamazoo where we played 2 shows.
Okay.
And then went to Cleveland where we played at Happy Dog.
Okay.
And then Pittsburgh where we played at Bossing Say.
Oh, it's still a house. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And then last night, New York, we played in Brooklyn at the Club.
Okay. And what's next?
Next is...
Well, we're here today.
At Kung Fu
Tomorrow we
Necktie.
have DC, but we don't have anything booked, so we're just going to do some tourist shit, I think.
Okay.
Then we're in Asheville, North Carolina for 2
Okay.
days. We have 1 show, but we're there for 2 days. Then we're going to Savannah.
Okay.
From Savannah, we got Macon, then Atlanta, then Louisville, Chicago.
Oh yeah, Louisville.
So this is a whole East Coast tour.
It's
Yeah.
a whole big old swoopy.
Gotcha.
It's like a big
Yeah.
J.
Is this your first, second, third, fourth tour? How many tours?
Oh, this is our second tour and our first tour with Whitney.
Okay, cool.
So,
So what is it like doing your first tour with Whitney?
oh, it's great.
It's great?
Yeah, I mean, our tour with Dina, our previous tour was great too, but I think that we're really happy to be just our band on tour.
True.
We toured with another band.
Oh, that's hard, like,
previously.
with a budget, too.
It was hard. It was
Yeah.
hard. But it was also great. We toured with Long Face, so we got to see them play over and over again, and they're
True.
a great Chicago band and really great people. But it's nice to just be in a minivan and with each other.
I hear that. I definitely hear that.
Yeah.
Here's my next question for you guys. Like, in terms of, like, culture from Chicago to, like, going to different towns so far, what's been your favorite town? Like, you don't have to say they're all your favorite. Like,
Well, this is only day 5.
yeah.
So it's hard to say.
True.
Brooklyn was anxiety producing.
Oh,
I can say that
boy,
much.
why? The parking?
No.
Actually, we lucked out.
It was
We lucked out with parking.
I
At
feel
the
like-
West and where we were staying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like Brooklyn was anxiety producing because it was so hip that like everyone seemed stifled. Yeah.
This seems stifled.
Yeah.
So
And,
is there
like,
something
I wanna
about your
know-
set that I should know about?
Well, it's brighter than beige Carhartts worn by sound engineers.
Oh,
but,
boy.
But I will say the bands that we played with in Brooklyn were fucking incredible.
Good.
And we played with Essie and Ex-Mothers and Baby Birds Don't Drink Milk.
I've heard the last two.
And we hung out at the Glove, which is a venue run by some really, really good people.
Gotcha.
So we got super lucky. And it was like high school reunion style, like 15 people from Chicago rolled
That you
up
knew or
at
you
the
didn't know?
show that we knew.
Oh, shit.
And so we were just like, are we home? Are we here?
I hear that.
So it was like it's the face of Brooklyn was a little hip and terrifying, and the meat of it was hometown perfection.
True. Now, it's interesting because I had a similar experience in Chicago.
Yeah.
My first 2 shows in Chicago were house shows, and I'm going to be planning a show. I really just had a brain fart with the band, but it's going to be like my first like venue show in Chicago the next time I do it.
What venue? Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Well, we'll be
Like,
there.
it'll probably be like in July or June.
Cool.
But essentially, I booked a house show with this dude, and he goes, I forgot to invite people. And I was like, dude, I asked you about the show 5 months ago. How do you forget to invite people? He's like, so many weddings. I was like, that's the typical 20-year-old excuse, right? But this is where everything pulled through. I literally had 6 friends from high school and college that happened to be in Chicago, and all of their significant others and friends of friends showed up to the show. So I completely relate to like that experience.
Right, that's great, yeah.
What else was I gonna say? So you guys said that you guys were bringing snacks to the show.
Yeah.
And I also saw that in your event. So what's that about? Like,
Well, we like to promote the idea that like rock shows and club shows can be a healthy part of daily life, just like every other art form is appreciated.
True.
So we'd like to provide people with a healthy snack while we do what we do. So it's healthy and easy and hydrating for everyone to participate in what we have to offer.
I could totally dig that.
Yeah.
I could totally dig that. So why the band name Daymaker? And day made, is it like another day made? Is a day that you've made? Like what does it mean? I'm being stupid right now.
Days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make your day.
Yeah. And when we started playing together, I think that everyone like needed an outlet, and that was the thing that made everyone's day better, was being able to play music and come together and create something that could make us happy and hopeful in a city that has a lot of that's up against a lot.
Okay, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
And I feel like who can't relate to that? Like,
that's very true. I completely understand that, like 100%. Especially as someone that like sings about rising against adversity. So I completely get that.
So it's about like being supportive. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're almost about to wrap this up. So what would you say is the greatest part about touring? And what do you want people to know about Daymaker?
Well, I think that we don't yet know what the greatest part of touring is.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, like, maybe it's about, like, separating your emotional life from your, like, physical and mental life enough to
I like that.
to push
I never thought of it like that. Yeah.
We're working on that whole thing.
Sure.
Yeah, but we also, like, today we went to the Bronx and saw my family, and, like...
Cool.
And we, last
Are you originally
night,
from New York?
Well, my dad's from New York.
Okay.
He grew up in Brooklyn, and his family lives in the Bronx, and they live on Long Island, and...
True.
Like, to see our friends that came out in BK, and our friends that came out in Kalamazoo, and in Cleveland, like... I don't know, it's nice to feel like your community stretches farther than you thought you were asserting yourself. Like, that's how I feel. Like, and if I can, like, be a part of a group of people that's able to, like, offer that on a large scale across different states, that just makes me really happy.
I can dig that.
Some Johnny Appleseed type shit. If we can, like, propagate a little bit of joy from place to place, and know that, like, Berlin from Chicago, our reputation of just, like, trying to be, like, present for people's emotions can carry through from state to state. Like, that's the best part of it.
I can dig that. So wait, 2 last things. One, are you originally from New York or Kalamazoo?
Oh, I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay, born and raised. I can dig that.
Oh,
And you?
but some Chicagoans would contest that because I grew up between Evanston and Rogers Park.
Yeah, so you're not really... I'm definitely a suburban kid of Chicago, and I know people are very sensitive about saying you're from the city when you're from the suburbs.
Oh, totally.
So,
totally.
Yeah.
I'm definitely...
Because, like, I was born and raised in West Oak Lane, moved to the suburbs, then moved back to the city, and now I'm in the suburbs, but I'm going to move back to the city.
Yeah.
But it's, like, very frustrating whenever I meet people and they're like, so when did you move to Philly? It's like, when I was born. So, yeah. I
When
totally
I
get
left
that.
my mom's stomach, that's when I moved to Philly.
Yeah, totally. So, is there any last words that you want me to say?
Well,
That you guys want to say? Because, I mean, I could say all the words.
if you get a chance to come see Daymaker, let us know that you saw this video, and we'll give you food and a place to stay.
Totally. I could dig it.
Good old hug.
Yeah.
And just for the record, you guys look very dark, but I could totally edit it and make you guys look bright as if it was on Flash.
Whatever you want. We're into the darkness.
And then, whoa! And then I'll also try to balance the sound too.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Thank you for talking to me.
Absolutely.
All right, sweet.
Thanks for having us.